Depression is not weakness, it is a call to come home. There are pains that do not speak. There are people who still laugh, talk, work, post photos, but inside there is a deep, dark, cold void. You may be one of them. You may still listen to your alarm clock every morning, still meet friends, still okay. But sometimes, in the crowd, you are invisible. Among the things that once made your heart happy, now there is only numb indifference. You do not want to die. But you are not really living. Depression is not simply sad. It is the withdrawal of the soul from the body. It is when the light inside you has been covered with dust for so long that you forget you ever had a flame. Many people think depression is weakness. But Babaji taught, the deepest pain does not come to destroy you. It comes to make you stop, listen, and remember the light you have forgotten within yourself. That's right. Depression is not a sign that you are broken, it is a whisper that you are being pulled too far away from your true self. And it is time to come back. Depression, a perspective from the mind, not just from the psyche. Modern psychology defines depression as an emotional disorder characterized by persistent feelings of sadness, loss of interest, decreased energy, negative thoughts about oneself, and even thoughts of suicide. All of this is true. But there is still a very important depth missing, the perspective from consciousness, soul, life energy. From the perspective of the mind and Kriya Yoga. Depression is the result of a three-way disconnection. Disconnection from the meaning of life. When you do something you don't love, live a life you don't choose. Disconnection from true feelings. When you suppress, deny the pain, don't allow yourself to be not okay. Disconnection from the higher life energy. Or rather, disconnection from the God within. Where the energy is blocked, the soul is suffocated. Within your body is the life energy system called prana in yoga. Prana moves through the chakras, the centers that control the mind, emotions, the body. When you fall into depression, it is often because heart chakra, anahata blocked by unhealed trauma. Pine gland, ajna chakra loss of ability to receive light, leading to disorientation. Root chakra, Muladhara low vibration, makes you feel unsafe, not belonging. Babaji taught, the light does not leave you. It is only covered by layers of clouds of suffering. Breathing is the wind, and meditation is the sun, to blow away those clouds. Depression is not a broken heart, it is a hidden light. From the Kriya Yoga Sutras. A sick heart is a shadow where the light is forgotten. Healing is not chasing away the darkness, it is rekindling the light. So if you are feeling depressed, don't blame yourself. Don't try to cheer up. Don't try to be strong. What you need to do is stop, sit down, close your eyes, and ask, have I gone too far away from myself? And that's where healing begins. Not going further, but going deeper. Babaji's teachings on depression, healing with breath and love. When a disciple asked Babaji, I have lost all joy. I feel empty. How can I come out of this darkness? Babaji simply replied, breathe, but do not breathe like a tired person. Breathe like a soul remembering itself. One breath, the bridge between despair and light. Most depressed people do not breathe properly. They live in survival mode, short, shallow, hurried breaths. Babaji taught, your breath is the knock of life calling back the lost soul. Simple Kriya healing breath exercise. Sit still. Relax your whole body. Close your eyes. Place your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your belly. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Imagine golden light pouring into your heart. Hold gently for 2 seconds. Smile silently. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Release all heavy emotions. Repeat 12 times. Each breath you take is an invitation for the light to return. 2. Don't try to get over depression. Listen to it. Babaji never taught fighting with emotions. He said, darkness does not need to be chased away. It needs to be seen with light. What you are feeling is not your enemy. It is a signal. It is an invitation for you to stop, to recognize the parts of yourself that are being neglected. Practice meditation on touching the pain. Close your eyes. Name the heaviest emotion: sadness, boredness, meaninglessness. No judgment. No avoidance. Just say to the feeling, I see you. I am here. You are allowed to be. Sometimes that very presence is the first medicine. 3. Babaji and the healing energy field without words. Babaji is called the immortal guru not only because he does not die, but because he is a frequency that is always present, that you can connect with whenever you need. You do not need to meet him directly. Just call his name with a sincere heart and you will feel a soft and inexplicable support. Whisper every day, Babaji, breathe with me today. Help me see the light I have forgotten. Practices for healing depression from within: Kriya, meditation, nature, and light. Healing is not a destination. It is a journey step by step, day by day, breath by breath. Babaji does not offer a miracle cure. He hands over the torch so that you can light your own way through your own darkness. Here are 4 daily practices to help you ease the pain of depression and awaken your life force. 1. Kriya breath leads energy to the pineal gland, Ajna chakra. Practice early in the morning or at night before going to bed. Sit straight, spine not leaning. Inhale for 4 seconds. Imagine bright energy rising from the base of the spine to the middle of the forehead. Hold for 2 seconds. Feel the light between the eyebrows. Exhale for 6 seconds. Imagine the light spreading throughout the chest and abdomen. Whisper, I breathe with my soul. I remember the light I am. 12 to 24 rounds per day. 2. Touch the ground. Meditate in nature. The human body carries an electric charge. Heavy emotions make us disturbed. Go to the park, under a tree, or simply to a sunny balcony. Sit and touch the bare ground. Breathe deeply, exhale gently. Say to the ground, please keep what I no longer need. Nature is your mother. When you say nothing, she still heals you silently. 3. Burn a light every night, a ritual to communicate with the spirit. Place a small candle in front of you. Turn off your phone. Sit still for 5 minutes, just look at the candle. Whisper, light, if I forget who I am, please remind me. Fire is a symbol of the primal consciousness. Looking at the fire, you are awakening the ancient light within. 4. Write a letter to your unhurt self. Every night, write to your higher self, the one who was radiant before the pain came. Write it as it is. No editing. No forcing. Just write. If you are still there, please leave me a message. And so, the letter begins to respond from within. Depression is a phase of spiritual evolution, not the end of a life. In the modern world, depression is often labeled as a problem, a disorder, a pathology to be overcome. But from a deeper perspective, depression is an extremely important state of transformation. It is the moment when you begin to fall from your old self. The material values that once held you up no longer hold weight. The roles, titles, and social images you tried to maintain suddenly become empty. Old beliefs begin to melt away, but new beliefs have not yet formed. You stand in a void. Babaji calls this the de-ego phase, when people shed their old identity shells to prepare to touch their true self. Depression is a dark night of the soul, but not the final night. Saint Teresa of Avila, Meister Eckhart, even Jesus Christ in his final hours all experienced what the Western masters call dark night of the soul. This is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. On the contrary, it is evidence that you are approaching the light. For it is only when the darkness becomes most intense that the inner light begins to be sought desperately and truly. What does neuroscience say? New research shows that in depression, the brain restructures the default mode network, the place where the ego is created. Old connections are broken. And if you overcome them, you will have a new nervous system, more empathetic, more intuitive, less clingy. That is, your brain is dying the old to rebirth the new ego. Babaji taught, the light does not come to pull you out of the darkness. It comes to teach you how to become the light in the darkness. You may still be in pain, still not wanting to get out of bed, still crying every morning. But know this. It's not weakness. It's a spiritual transformation. And what you need most is not to get over depression, but to know how to move through it mindfully. Signs that you're not falling, but rising from within. You no longer believe in the things that used to make you happy in the short term. You feel the urge to be alone, to listen to yourself more. You start to see the world around you as no longer suitable because your inner world is changing. You ask yourself the big question, who am I? What am I living for? You start to see that meditation, breathing, light, nature have something right that you never noticed. Depression, if moved through mindfully, becomes the beginning of spirituality. Not because you become perfect, but because you become real and start living as a soul instead of a shell. Babaji's words. You think you are falling down, but in fact you are taking off the armor that has made you unable to feel the light. If you are still breathing, still reading these lines, then you still have light within you. Start again from this breath. Depression is not a dead end, it is a spiritual threshold. Darkness is necessary so that you can see the light from within, not look for it outside. Every person who walks through depression with awareness will come out as a new person, lighter, more real, more awake, more loving towards themselves. 21 Days of Depression Transformation, a Babaji-based mindfulness program. Depression cannot be overcome overnight. But if you practice regularly, with love, without force, for 21 days, you will begin to feel the change from within. Below is a simplified program based on Babaji's teachings and Kriya Yoga techniques. You can start any day, anywhere. 4 steps each day. 1. Morning, awakening breath, 5 minutes. Technique. Sit still. Inhale for 4 seconds, imagine light reaching the middle of the forehead. Exhale for 6 seconds, release all heaviness to the heart. Whisper, I breathe with the light. I awaken with the God within me. 2. Midday, place hands on heart, 2 minutes. Place your right hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Ask, Heart, Is there anything you haven't heard from yourself today? Don't try to understand. Just feel. 3. Evening, writing a soul diary, 5 minutes. Write 3 lines. What was your greatest emotion today? How did you breathe? What was one word Babaji whispered to you today? 4. Before bed, light meditation, 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Visualize a burning candle in the center of your chest. Whisper. Though you see darkness, the light has never left you. Apply daily suggestions. Babaji's day and message to meditate. Day 1. You don't need to heal completely, you just need to start breathing. Day 7. The light doesn't come from outside. It comes when you stop. Day 14. When you cry, I silently breathe with you. Day 21. Now you are not just passing through. You have become the light. After recovering from depression, you are a new man. Babaji once said, "The greatest sufferer, if he passes through, will be the greatest healer." You do not just overcome depression. You are born again, a second time, with the inner light. What will change in you, and has already begun? You feel others more deeply, because you have been where they are lost. You are no longer easily knocked down by the storms of life, because you have lived through the storms within. You begin to love yourself, not because you deserve it, but because you understand your existence is sacred. Signs that you have started to escape from depression, awakening. You stop blaming yourself for being sad. You begin to love the little moments, the sunlight, the birdsong, a cup of hot tea. You sit still doing nothing and still feel enough. You are no longer afraid of the dark because you bring light into it. You want to help others, not to get anything, but because you understand the pain they are carrying. Full conclusion set, you are not broken. You are awakening. If you have come this far, you need no more proof that you are coming back to yourself. You do not need to be strong. You just need to breathe with love. Listen with acceptance. And believe that you were born to shine. Babaji's whisper. You have gone far enough. No need to search for the light. Just sit still and let it awaken in your breath. Namaste.